नमस्ते, a very good morning. यहाँहरु हेरिरहनु भएको छ स्पेस 4K टेलिभिजन. यो हो स्पेस संवाद. हरेक दिन बिहान 7:30 बजे स्पेस संवाद यहाँहरु हेर्दै आइरहनु भएको छ. वेल स्पेस संवादमा हामी विभिन्न क्षेत्रमा लागि पर्नु भएका व्यक्तित्वहरुसँग अन्तरंग कुराकानी गर्ने गर्दछौं. आज पनि स्पेस संवादको यो एपिसोडमा हामीसँग एकजना अतिथि हुनुहुन्छ. उहाँ एकदमै प्रतिभाशाली हुनुहुन्छ. आज हामीसँग एक बाल प्रतिभा हुनुहुन्छ. हालसालै एउटा अवार्ड सर्वोत्कृष्ट बाल प्रतिभा पुरस्कार सम्मान पनि पाउन सफल हुनु भएको छ आजको हाम्रो बाल प्रतिभा जो अतिथि हुनुहुन्छ स्पेस संवादको. वेल स्पेस संवादको हिस्ट्रीमा नै यो पहिलो पटक हामीसँग एकजना बाल प्रतिभा हुनुहुन्छ. सो आजको हाम्रो गेस्ट उहाँ एकदमै ट्यालेन्टेड हुनुहुन्छ. ही इज अ मोटिभेशनल स्पिकर, ही इज अ मोडल, एक्टर. सो उहाँसँगको कुराकानी आज हामी पस्कन जाँदैछौँ. पहिले त स्वागत गरौँ हाम्रो आजको अतिथि एक बाल कलाकार प्रिन्स प्रसिद्ध सिंह थापालाई. Namaste, Prince.
Namaste, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
And what about you?
I'm also doing good, Prince, and I'm so excited to talk to you live today.
Me too. I'm very excited. And as I heard you were saying that I'm the first child guest to come
show.
over here in your show. And I think I feel very honored. Thank you so much, ma'am.
That's so sweet of you, Prince, and it's a privilege to have you in our show.
And I'm also very happy to be over here, meet you, meet all the team members of Space 4K.
Thank you so much, Prince. All right, so let's start our conversation.
Sure.
So मलाई त प्रिन्सको बारेमा धेरै थाहा छ हैन. मैले प्रिन्सको एभ्री स्टोरीज अनि अब प्रिन्सलाई मैले स्क्रिनमा पनि देखिरहेकी छु, प्रिन्सलाई मैले स्टेजमा पनि देखिरहेकी छु. बट आई वान्ट आवर भ्युअर्स टु नो प्रिन्स है. हाम्रो दर्शकवृन्दलाई अब प्रिन्सको बारेमा भन्नु पर्दाखेरि हाउ वुड यु इन्ट्रोड्युस योरसेल्फ?
How would I introduce myself? I would introduce myself as a 11-year-old boy named Prince Prasid Singh Thapa, whose age is 11 years old, living in the land of Himalayas, Nepal, studying in grade 6 Rupees International School. I would introduce myself as a boy who is very passionate about helping other people, motivating people, helping children who are not getting their rights. I would also introduce myself as the founder of Prince Foundation, a foundation which helps children who are not getting rights, a foundation which raises its voice for the children who are not getting the rights that they deserve.
Wow. You already have such a strong profile, Prince.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, so Prince Foundation कै कुराबाट सुरु गरौँ हैन. So social work मा पनि इन्भल्भ हुनुहुन्छ and we are seeing your activities as well है. तर हाम्रो दर्शकवृन्दलाई जानकारी गराउनु पर्दाखेरि Prince Foundation छ जसले धेरै राम्रो कामहरू गर्दै आएको छ अहिलेसम्म. Prince Foundation का फाउन्डर पनि हुनुहुन्छ हाम्रो प्रिन्स. सो अलिकति हामीलाई आफ्नो अर्गनाइजेसनको बारेमा केही भन्नुहुन्छ?
Sure. As I said, Prince Foundation is a foundation through which I help many street children who are not getting their rights that they deserve. And there's a story behind how I started it. And I think I would love to tell that story to the audience who are watching us. So the story was that I was very small, probably I think 4 or 5 years old. As it was the season of winter. I was walking, it was very cold. I had a jacket on. I was wearing my clothes properly as a person wears in winter. I was walking in the streets. I saw a group of children. They're walking in the street completely barefoot. They had nothing on their foot, neither socks, neither shoes. They had shorts in the season of winter. And those shorts, they also had some holes in their shorts. And they were wearing some t-shirts. And even those t-shirts were oversized. Those t-shirts also had dust. It was very nasty, and the t-shirt also had holes in it, and they had nothing in their hands, neither gloves, nothing. And I was surprised because as you know how when I was 4 or 5 years old, a kid would not know what is a street child, what is a needy child. We don't know. Well, a small child doesn't know. I was surprised for a second. I was like, how are they living? Because when I used to stay barefoot for some time, I would feel very cold. But they were completely walking barefoot in the street. And I was surprised. Then I wondered, then after some years, I planned to open a foundation named Prince Foundation. I asked my dad, I told my dad, who's also an advocate, which also helped me a lot. I told him, Dad, I really want to help street children who are not getting their rights. My dad said, okay. Then we planned to open a foundation named Prince Foundation, through which we help children who are not getting their rights, street children. And I think that is the story of how I opened Prince Foundation. And right now my final exams are going on, and after my final exams, we all have our holidays for some time. And in that holiday, I'm also planning to go to a remote area of Nepal. And I want to do something for the children over there, children who are not getting their rights. I'm planning to do something over there. And I've also done many works with Prince Foundation till now. I've also done a winter campaign in a remote area called Okaldunga. It's situated in the Himalayas of Nepal, and I'm planning. I had already done a winter campaign over there for needy children. I've also went to Ramechap, and I have also done. I have also distributed some clothes. Some bags, some food for all the children's there. And when I saw their conditions, the condition over there was way more worse than I had expected. And I had also distributed some clothes, I donated also some money for the single mothers on the lockdown. And I think it was a pleasant experience till now. Whatever I have done in Prince Foundation till now, it has went amazing, fabulous. I hope everything goes fabulous.
It's so good to hear that from an 11-year-old boy. And अहिलेसम्म धेरै कामहरू गरिसक्नु भएको छ। ओखलढुङ्गा, रामेछाप जस्तो ठाउँहरूमा गएर त्यहाँका बालबालिकाहरूलाई स्टेसनरी वितरणदेखि लिएर हैन एजुकेसनको लागि चाहिने सामग्रीहरू अनि धेरै कुराहरू सिकाउनु पनि भएको छ, क्याम्पहरू अर्गनाइज गर्नु भएको छ। सो अब प्रिन्स फाउन्डेसनले निकै नै राम्रो कामहरू गरिरहेको छ, and may this continue. We would like to wish you all the best for that.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, so अब यो कन्भर्सेसनलाई अगाडि बढाउँ हैन. We know you as a motivational speaker as well. So दर्शकवृन्दलाई जानकारी गराउन चाहे सम्भवतः नेपालकै यंगेस्ट मोटिभेसनल स्पिकर हुनुहुन्छ हाम्रो प्रिन्स. धेरै स्टेजमा गएर हैन उहाँले धेरैलाई मोटिभेट गरिसक्नु भएको छ आफ्नो वर्ड्सबाट, and your words always have that power. So do you remember the topic of your first speech, Prince?
My first speech. So, I gave my first speech in 2019. I still remember it. I think I was 6 years old or 7 years old. I'm not sure. Sorry about that. There's a story behind it. As I said, I from a very small age, I had the motive to help children, to help street children, needy children who are not getting their rights. So I got an opportunity to speak about something in the stage, and I planned to speak about the children who are not getting their rights. I planned to let out my emotion about it. I planned to let out my thoughts about it. Then I got the opportunity and I spoke about how children, street children, needy children who are not getting their rights are spending their life. And that was the topic about my first speech. My first speech, I still remember it. It was a pleasant memory, and I think it has went down in my memory books.
That's very nice. So that was 2019 when you gave your first speech.
Yes.
Were you nervous at that time?
That was my first speech. I was a little nervous, but but also in the good side, I was also kind of happy that I got the opportunity to speak about the children who are not getting their rights. So I was also kind of happy. I was also kind of nervous. I was also kind of confident.
Yeah, but I always say that, when it comes to communication, when it comes to speech, it's always okay to be nervous at your first speech, because that's how you learn, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, Prince, अब स्कुलको पनि कुरा गरौँ. रुपिज इन्टरनेशनल स्कुलमा पढ्नुहुन्छ. कुन ग्रेडमा पढ्नुहुन्छ अहिले?
Grade 6.
Grade 6 मा. So how is your school life? कस्तो लाग्छ school?
My school life, Rupees International School. I've just joined it actually this year. And I have noticed remarkable improvement in me. Rupees International School, I think, has helped me a lot in many ways. Rupees International School is also a school which supports a child's talent. And I would like to say something to the parents who are watching us is that if you are finding a school for your child, then Rupees International School is the best school out there in the field. I know that Rupees International School is the best school out there. Because not Rupees International School not only focuses on studies, they also focus on extracurricular activities. They focus on what talent your child has. So यदि तपाईहरुले एउटा स्कुल खोजिराख्नु भएको छ आफ्नो बच्चाको लागि, then I think Rupees International School एउटा एकदमै राम्रो अप्सन हो हजुरहरुको लागि.
Wow. I feel like you sound like a brand ambassador of your school.
Kind of.
All right. So you're very happy to be a product of Rupees International.
Yes, I'm very happy.
Okay. So Prince, you've been very active, very busy with so many events. धेरै अतिरिक्त क्रियाकलापमा आबद्ध हुनुहुन्छ. सो डान्स पनि गर्नुहुन्छ, म्युजिक भिडियोजमा पनि हामीले देख्छौँ प्रिन्सलाई, हैन? स्टेज शोज पनि गर्नुहुन्छ एज अ मोटिभेसनल स्पिकर, एज अ डान्सर, एज अ परफर्मर, अनि एउटा सर्ट मुभी पनि गरिसक्नु भएको छ र मुभीमा पनि अब आगामी दिनहरुमा आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ, हैन? सो एकदमै एउटा प्याकेज नै हुनुहुन्छ, प्याकेज अफ ट्यालेन्ट, है? सो अलिकति यसको कुरा गरौँ. सो which one do you enjoy the most?
I enjoy 3 of them the most. And actually singing and acting both are related things. Like when you are a dancer, you also need to act because dance requires acting, the facial expressions. But I enjoy 3 of them. 3 of them are my favorites. I enjoy doing all 3 of them. Yes, dancing, speaking, acting. Both 3 of them are my favorite. Both 3 of them, I enjoy doing 3 of them. Yes.
Okay, नेपालमा मात्र हैन विदेशमा पनि गएर परफर्म गरिसक्नु भएको छ. हालसालै फिजीमा पनि जानु भएको थियो, which is very close to Australia, हैन?
Yes.
So फिजीमा पनि गएर परफर्म गर्नु भएको थियो. How was that overall experience? Fiji journey को कुरा गरौँ.
So for the people who don't know, I recently went to Fiji for a show named Teenagers Rock Stars, and there were a group of 6 people including me. And I was the only dancer there, and from Nepal 2 people went, me and Ayush Kesi Dada, and we actually made a history in Fiji. Is that in Fiji no Nepalese person has went over there in Fiji and performed there, and that way we made an history. And one thing that I found out about Fiji was that Fiji is an amazing place. People over there were so lovely. People over there were so nice. For example, like in Nepal, if we Nepalese people, if we go out of our country and we don't see mountains, we're like, you kun thau ayo, and we think of that. And but in Fiji, we know Nepal is a country surrounded by mountains, hills. In Fiji, there were also the mountains which did not let me feel that I was out of my country. The people were so loving, and I think I did not feel that I was out of my country. For example, in Nepal, we greet, like when we say namaste, it's a greeting in Nepal. In Fiji, we greet when we say the word bula is a greeting word in Fiji. So when we used to wake up, people over there used to be like, "Bula, my friend, how are you? How was your night?" They were very sweet. They're very nice. And I think even wherever I would go, I would never receive that much of love that I received in Fiji. And I also got, we also had a pleasant meeting with the Indian High Commissioner in Fiji. And I also got a certificate. I also got a certificate from the Indian High Commissioner of Fiji by himself, and I felt very honored. The whole team was nice. The show's team was nice. We actually went there for 3 shows, but we had actually more than 3 shows, which was amazing. We had an amazing time there. We had 3 shows. We stayed there in Fiji for 3 months. The people were amazing. The trip was amazing. the person, no, the team was amazing. Everything was amazing and fabulous.
Wow, so that was a whole new experience.
Yes,
in your
whole
life.
new experience.
ओके सो धेरै अवार्ड्स पनि पाइसक्नु भएको छ प्रिन्सले
Yes.
होइन लेटली सर्वोत्कृष्ट बाल प्रतिभा पुरस्कार 2079बाट सम्मान पनि पाउनु भएको थियो फिजीमा गएर हाई कमिसन अफ इन्डियाबाट पनि सम्मान पाउनु भएको थियो सो हाउ डु यु फिल अबाउट द्याट हुन्छ नि वाट डु यु लर्न फ्रम अल दिज एक्टिभिटिज यु बिन इन्भल्भड इन
Like whenever we go do something, we all, of course, we learn something. When you do a mistake, you of course learn something, and every time you try something new, you fail. You make mistakes, of course, and that's a normal thing. And just like a normal person. So to the people who don't know, my respected Sofia ma'am is also my hosting teacher. She taught me how to host events, and the first time the first time I hosted a program, I think I hosted the program all because of you, ma'am, and I'm very thankful, and I'm very thankful for it, ma'am. And what I learned was that when I host, one problem that Sofia ma'am has noticed inside me is that I speak very quick, and that is a problem inside me when I host. Not
well,
only
I wouldn't say that's a problem, Prince. You know, you keep growing every time I see you, so that's not a problem at all.
Yes, but the people they don't. Some people, when I'm going fast, people should also understand it, and so. But I think I should improve that thing because if I speak slowly, my hosting would be much more better. So that's a problem. Not only that, suppose when you host, sometimes in the middle of the program, anything can happen. For example, you're hosting and you have a guest performance and the guest is not there. You're the host, so you'll have to know how to manage those things and all. And I think I've learned it all from you. And I think I have also made mistakes, just like it. And I think those are some mistakes I've made. Not only that, I've made, I think, millions of mistakes till now. And if I list them all, I think the show would go on for hours and hours.
And yeah, we always have to believe that there is always rooms for improvement. At this young age, you are doing so good, Prince. So never hesitate, never be nervous, and never think that okay, you're making mistakes. You're actually learning from every mistake out there, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Prince, अब हामी कुराकानीलाई अगाडि बढाउँछौँ. सो एकदमै बिजी हुनुहुन्छ धेरै इभेन्ट्समा हैन म्युजिक भिडियोजमा मुभीमा वेल मुभीको पनि कुरा गरौँ भोग भन्ने मुभीमा पनि यहाँले अभिनय गर्नुभएको छ हैन सो एज अ मेन आर्टिस्ट नै हुनुहुन्छ भोग इज द्याट आउट इन युट्युब
Yes, it is out in YouTube.
Okay.
For the people who don't know, let me give you a brief introduction about the short film Bok. So, Bok is a short film. It is out on YouTube. The YouTube channel's name is Next World Media. And Bok is a short film where I played a role of a street child who is not getting enough food as a child. And I was like 8 or 9 years old when I did that short film, and for the looks, for the feel, I actually stayed barefoot for the whole day. I wore a t-shirt which was oversized and had holes in it. I wore a half pant which was also oversized and had holes in it. I was barefoot. I also had to wear, those. I had to keep some of those mud in my hair and all. I had to be completely nasty, and I also ate nothing for the whole day. I only drank water. And the thing was that during that shooting, I felt so much of pain. I was suffering more than hell. I had the feeling that I would fall to the ground. I was feeling I would faint right there, and I felt that I would fall onto the ground. I felt very weak. It felt more badder, way worse than hell. And at the end of the day, I realized that I suffered like a street child for one day. And life of a street child is so hard. I suffered like a street child for a day. It was hard. But if let's imagine a street child suffers just like that for almost his entire life. And that must be so hard. That child is living his life, his or he or she's life, way worse than hell. I imagine it. And I got more motivated to help children, street children. So, yeah. So I think my experience of my short film Bhog was, I got to learn an important lesson from there.
Very nice. So भोग भन्ने एउटा सर्ट नेपाली फिल्म छ जसमा चाहिँ हाम्रो प्रिन्सले अभिनय गर्नुभएको छ, यहाँहरूले पनि हेर्न सक्नुहुनेछ युट्युबमा। भोग नामक फिल्ममा चाहिँ प्रिन्सले चाहिँ एक सडक बालकको भूमिका निर्वाह गर्नुभएको थियो। सो यु एक्चुअली रेजोनेटेड टु बिङ अ स्ट्रीट चाइल्ड, राइट?
Yes, yes.
Okay, you had that experience there.
Yes.
Okay, so that's very nice. अब मुभिज पनि गर्नुभएको छ हैन? अब आउने दिनहरुमा पनि मुभिज गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ। So what's your upcoming plans and projects?
My upcoming plans, first of all, my final exams are coming on. I'm preparing for that. My another main focus is on Prince Foundation. As I said, after my final exams, we have some holidays, and I'm planning to do something with Prince Foundation. I'm planning to go to a remote area of Nepal, and I'm planning to do something. I'm not sure what, but I'm planning to do something which will help children a lot. I'm planning to do something, and also my further aim is to open a school in a remote area for children who are not getting right, and that school's going to be completely free. I've been working on this project for years and years and years, and I'm still trying to open a school in a remote area for children who are not getting rights, who are not getting their rights, needy children, street children, and the school's going to be completely free. As I said, it's going to be an environment where they can get their rights that they deserve, the clothes, the proper food that they deserve. Yes.
So I can clearly see your vision. You have a clear vision at this age, and I'm sure there are your parents behind your success. So how much support do you get from your parents? What level of support do you get from your mom and dad?
First of all, I think I'm very grateful to receive a mom and dad like mine, because they're very supportive. I receive an amazing level of support from my mom and dad. My mom and dad, they only say one thing: be whatever you want, but be a good citizen of your country. Never cheat someone. They always say this to me, and I think my mom and dad, they work very hard for my future. They worked very hard for my future. They've worked very hard on my talents. I think today I've found my talent because of my parents, because the parents who are watching me, I would like to also say something to them, is that God has gave every child a talent, and it's the job of the parents to find out what the talent of their child is, and after they figure out that talent, is their job to polish that talent of their child, support their child, help their child. And I think that's the exact thing that my mom and dad found out. My mom and dad found out that I'm passionate about dancing, and I'm passionate about dancing and acting. They figured it out. They polished it. They helped me improve it. And I think today where I am is all because of my mom and dad. And today where everyone is all because of their mom and dad. Because I think behind a successful person, there is someone. It may be anyone. And most of the times, it's always your parents. Always your parents.
Of course. That's very thoughtful of you, Prince. So dance ko ekaichhin कुरा गरौँ है. I don't want to miss that out. So recently हामीले प्रिन्सलाई junior cartoons crew को रूपमा पनि देखेका थियौं. So cartoons crew को एउटा भिडियोमा पनि हामीले प्रिन्सलाई देख्न सक्छौं. So कस्तो भयो त एक्सपीरियन्स त्यसको?
I had an amazing experience over there. For the people who don't know, the song's name is Sani, SAANI. It's on the Cartoons Crew official channel. If you search it, you'll find it, everyone. And if you want to watch it, I would recommend everyone watching it. It has amazing beats, amazing music. And if anyone wants to make TikToks or TikToks or reels in it, you're most welcome to do that. So my experience in Sani was that we worked very hard in that. For that one song, we worked almost for like 3 months.
Wow.
3 months continuously for 3-4 hours. From my experience, cartoon crews worked very hard on their plans, on their missions, and I think I also worked very hard. The whole team worked very hard. We had an amazing experience. I had an amazing experience in Cartoon Crew Junior. Yeah, it was an amazing experience. We had to work very hard. And in the shooting, like, we worked hard for 3 months, for 3-4 hours. But in the shooting, most of the takes were one take, okay? So most of the takes were in the shooting day. Most of the takes were only taking one take. So we did not have to waste much time. Yes.
Okay. All right, so after all these amazing experience, I do have to ask you, like, is it easy for you to balance your school life and then, you know, all the activities that you take part in?
Managing my school life is like, most of the times, my events, my shootings are in my holidays. My school Rupees International School also gives a holiday at Saturday and Sunday. And I think most of my shootings or events I held at Saturdays or Sundays, or they're also held during my vacations. Or sometimes, if my shooting or events are in my school day, then what happens is that I miss one day of school. Then the next day I go, I recover all the things that I missed with the help of my friends, my teachers, and they're very supportive.
So actually, it's not a pressure on you. So you do it, whatever you are doing right now, you enjoy the most.
Yes, I enjoy it.
That's very nice.
Whatever you're doing, I think we should all enjoy doing it. Because if you want your work to be perfect, if you want your work to be done nicely, and I think if you want your work to be done nicely, then you'll have to enjoy what you're doing. You're dancing, enjoy when you're dancing. You're speaking, enjoy when you're speaking. You're doing something, enjoy it.
Okay, with that positive note, Prince,
Yes.
I think it's time for us to wrap up the show.
Oh,
So,
okay.
हामीसँग धेरै समय छैन. I would love to talk to you for hours and hours.
Me too, ma'am.
But unfortunately, we have to stick to our time
Yes,
as
yes.
well. So, Prince, अब जाँदै के मेसेज दिन चाहनुहुन्छ to all the viewers who are watching you right now? अनि हजुर जस्तै साना साना प्रतिभाहरू जो बाहिर आउन डराउनुहुन्छ हैन, आफ्नो ट्यालेन्टलाई अगाडि ल्याउनको लागि अलिकति हेजिटेट गर्नुहुन्छ, सो के मेसेज दिन चाहनुहुन्छ?
One message that I would like to give to all the children who are watching me is that I know is that every child, as I said, God has given every child a talent. Figure out your talent. Tell your parents. Your parents will, of course, support you. Polish your talents. Work hard on it. Everyone gets nervous. I was nervous. Even you may be nervous.
Of course.
Everyone in this world gets nervous. It's okay to be nervous, but as slowly you have experience, your nervousness goes away. You start being more confident. Have believe in yourself, and be motivated. You have the talent. Use your talent for something good. Show your talent to the outside world. Show your talent to the world, and try to follow your dreams. Don't be afraid of following your passion, your dreams. Figure out your talent, your passion. Figure out what you're passionate about, and work on your passion. Work on your dreams. Work on everything. Work on your dreams. Work on your passion. Work on your goals. And if you're nervous to come on stage, don't worry. Everyone gets nervous. Even you'll get nervous. Even I was nervous sometime. Even Mom was nervous sometime. It's okay to be nervous. And slowly, your nervousness will wash away as you have the experience.
Thank you so much, Prince. It was a privilege to have you.
Me too, ma'am.
I'm very happy. So हजुरलाई हामी all the best भन्न चाहन्छौँ अपकमिङ प्रोजेक्ट्सका लागि. सो तपाईको भिजन जुन छ हैन 11 वर्षको उमेरमा यति क्लियर भिजनले अगाडि बढिरहनु भएको छ. एन्ड या डु नट हेजिटेट, कीप ग्रोइङ, कीप शाइनिङ, ब्यालेन्स गर्दै लग्नु होला आफ्नो स्टडीजलाई, आफ्नो ट्यालेन्टलाई. सो सँगसँगै ब्यालेन्स गर्दै लग्नु होला. सो स्पेस 4K टेलिभिजनको तर्फबाट प्रिन्सलाई बेस्ट विशेस.
And also best wishes to Space 4K Television, best wishes to the viewers of Space 4K Television. Keep watching Space 4K Televisions. They come up every time with an amazing show which will entertain the viewers.
Thank you so much, Prince. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
दर्शकवृन्द, आजको लागि स्पेस संवादको समय यही नै सकिन्छ. आज हामीसँग एक बाल कलाकार हुनुहुन्थ्यो प्रिन्स प्रसिद्ध सिंह थापा. वेल, एकदमै ट्यालेन्टेड हुनुहुन्छ प्रिन्ससँगको यो रमाइलो कुराकानी आजको एपिसोडमा हामीले पस्क्यौँ. र अर्को साता नयाँ अतिथिका साथमा म सोफिया उपस्थित हुने नै छु. आजको लागि भने स्पेस संवादबाट बिदा माग्दैछु. शुभ दिन.